Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Well, good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Yes, and it's the beautiful Thursday evening. Real Talk Corner, where conversation sparks strange and every voice matter here this evening on this beautiful Thursday. We had some rain and we had some sunlights and whatever, but on this day, it is what, the 4th of September in the best it's the best month of the year, yes, but it's already the fourth day in September. So, welcome, viewers, and let me take this opportunity. You know how I love to welcome this young lady. She's the star, my co host, the uncle. Oh my God, and this bubbly face is just have me feeling so happy. Hadassa Charles McLeod. Watch the face. Hadassa, welcome. Is it that she's freezing again? Oh no. Oh no. Well, we are trying to fix this, but somehow we are still having difficulties. So, viewers, give us a little more time. We're gonna get it right. Um, but like I was saying, it has been a beautiful Thursday, a glorious Thursday, a very joyful Thursday for me. I got up not feeling 100%, but then I had to praise myself out of the happiness, and I'm thankful for the breath of God in my lungs, and I am thankful for my friends and colleagues. I want to be I want to say thanks to my producer and my editor. They have been working so hard behind the scene. And I guarantee you that this whole situation with Hadassa is going to be fixed within a couple of days. Hopefully, when we start on, on Tuesday next week, I think Sunday, it should be, yeah, Sunday. I don't think we would have this problem. Guys, everything that you have to do costs money, all right? So we're going to get it right. And tonight we have a nice lineup. But I don't know why my co-host is looking, like she's so mad. She can't talk. She can't speak. Oh my God, what is this? I need my co-host to be speaking, all right? So let me welcome you all on behalf of her as well. She gets very upset when she cannot say what she wants to say to her viewers. So tonight we have a good lineup, and while we hope that she'll be able to come back on, I want to take you to a clip that I saw, and I was so on edge to say the words, but I wouldn't be saying the words. Producer, could you play that clip for me, please?
If they are saying that they have an agreement with Trinidad and Tobago, I mean, our Prime Minister has to come out clearly and say that there is no agreement, that they have no discussions, and that what Senator Rubio is saying is not true. I mean, she has to say that, because other than that, we are wondering exactly, do they or do they not have an agreement?
No, tell me something. Just tell me something. This woman have balls. That balls ain't heavy enough. She have no say. Like, she forgot what her prime minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, what was the agreement he made just in December of the 11th of December 2024. She wasn't in government. Where was Penny 1 cent? Where was she? She didn't see the agreement was signed, and talking about the prime minister has to come out clear and say, my prime minister don't have to come out clear and say nothing. Okay? Remember what your prime minister did. Penny, where were you? You were sleeping like the minister of sleep. The minister of national security sleep was there. Look who signed in. Look who signed in. And you come in to talk about our prime minister need to come out and be clear. Look, woman, I feel you starting to suffer from dementia. Something is going on with you. Go and check yourself now. Or is it a mental situation? Supporters of the PNM, check all your political leader now, because something clearly is not right. She have the gall to stand up there. the face, the bold face to stand up there and talk about, our Prime Minister need to come out and be clear about the agreement. Which agreement? Dr. Keith Rowley is the one who made the agreement. All you sign it, listen, everything this woman is talking about is what took place under her regime with Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Everything she's talking about, something have to be wrong with her. All you need to carry her symptoms and give her a checkup and see what is going on. Everything you want to blame my Prime Minister for, and it has been done under your reign. Come out clear to say what? Something is wrong with you. I said before on many occasions, please always sit down, shut up, sit down, listen and learn, because something clearly is wrong. And look who stand up behind her. Producer, play it again for them to hear now. Play that again.
Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, our Prime Minister has to come out clearly and say that there is no agreement, that they have no discussions, and that what Senator Rubio is saying is not true. I mean, she has to say that, because other than that, we are wondering exactly, do they or do they not have an agreement? If they are saying that they have an agreement...
Only discussion my Prime Minister had to come out and talk about, and she did, is that she's responsible for the safety of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And she's going to do everything in her power to ensure that we are safe. Unlike the National Security Minister under all your watch, said that it is not his responsibility to safeguard the citizens. Man, all is so back, upside it down, back to front. I really don't know why you all, while you all are coming and talking a pack of strippiness and making all yourself look foolish. Sit down and shut up, listen and learn. You all had your time. And you know what? Producer, you don't find she looking like she have a little bit of autism? You know, like a 5%, like something wrong with her. She talking as though she too bright. All right? She probably get too bright. But actually, I used to say I can't stand Dr. Keith Rowley. But you know, I can't stand her worse. Because she making no sense, absolutely no sense. It's better you go and read the Bible and learn some scriptures and learn to teach the people something sensible. Your role is not to be a political leader of no party. This is why all along they wasn't putting you. These people, your leaders, had more sense than some of us. That is why they wasn't putting you there, because clearly you not making no sense. Or while you were there in the parliament, you wasn't listening to nothing. You was like them children, long time in the classroom, they just sit down, and when you feel they're learning something, they wasn't learning nothing. Come on, man, Penny. You making me feel well embarrassed. I thought you were better than that. I really thought so. Oh gosh, look my co-host. And listen, cheer up nice sweetheart, that bubbly face. Let me welcome my darling co-host, who seems to be, come on, I'm giving you all the opportunity to talk because I don't want you sticking again. Go right ahead, girl. How was your day?
Good evening, everybody. And there we go. You guys hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear. So go ahead and talk.
All right. Well, let's hope that the internet gods are on my side tonight. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you again for joining us on Real Talk Corner. We have a lot to talk about. Um, and I just jumped in while Esther was talking about Penny, who seems to have a great talent for, um, and I think she's really skilled at that. Her opposition doesn't make sense most times. So I think she's talking about the SOFA agreement, which would have been signed under the PNM regime, her regime, uh, which would have allowed the US access to the bases that they would have had set up here many years ago in this anti drug trafficking, gun trafficking war that the US is waging currently. Um, Esther said it not as nicely as I might want to say it, but I don't think that Penelope Beckles is going to have a very long, or I should say long and successful political career as leader. Um, I think the PNM needs strong leadership, and she's clearly not that. I mean, we don't want to go back to the days of a dictatorship, but I have been really pondering why she seems to be such a pathological sympathizer for crime and for wrongdoing. So she has been asking, I don't know if the producer has the clip, but she has been asking, she's been saying that she does not agree with the prime minister's words in terms of killing them violently, which reference to the drug traffickers, you know, and she's saying that, we need to give them a chance and things like that. And it's the same nonsense that always comes from the PNM camp. It's the same thing with the CPAP and all, where they're going on and on and on about 10,000 workers who are on the breadline, which they are, and we understand that. But it is a necessary evil until we can get to the bottom of corruption, which is what the administration is dealing with. So they don't seem to be concerned at all about the rampant corruption that was going on in out workers. They're not concerned about the safety of our citizens. For the first time in 10 years, we have a record low um, um, crime rate for the first time in 10 years. And I feel like that is something for us to celebrate. She's not concerned about that. She's concerned about people who are conducting activities that will potentially harm us and cause and more crime to escalate in our communities. She's more concerned about that. And it is really alarming. That I can see.
Again, I was going to say that and say it's time to celebrate. In 10 years, the month of August has recorded the lowest crime rate in a decade. Listen to me. This is, we need to celebrate, roll the drums, because listen, and that is what Penny should be talking about. That is what the opposition should be reinforcing their conversations on, not on foolishness, things that is not lie, that is not true. The thing about it, everything that Penny comes out and talk about is things that their party under their government has implemented or have signed or made an agreement on. Everything. Nothing she is talking about has to do with supporting this government and whatever is happening. Why she can't come out and talk about the lowest crime rate, murder rate in the month of August? Why she don't talk about that? That is something for the people of Trinidad and Tobago to know. But no, you won't stand up and talk that. You would talk a pack of nonsense. Things that you all have implemented, things that you all have signed and made agreement with, is now affecting our country. And you want to come out and talk about our prime minister should come out and be clear about what she has been clear. Kill them violently, mash them up. Because when they're destroying or killing our family, they don't care. All right, the Venezuelan minister want to make threat. Okay, I think it is the national security minister. They want to threaten us. Well, our prime minister is not afraid of them, and we have the support of the USA president. So they want to talk about that. Come out and be clear. She couldn't be more clear. Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa couldn't be more clear. She have no cocoa in the sun, Miss Penny. She have nothing to hide. She have nothing to be ashamed about, because she is doing what has to be done for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And she is transparent. And she made it clear to her ministers, her MPs, if they do nonsense, she's going to lick them up. She will cut their throat. All right, so I don't know what it is you trying to foster out here. Talk about Foster Cummins. Talk about the gangs that allegedly he is in charge of. That's what you need to talk about. Talk about the murder rate going down. Why you not talking about those things? You don't want the people to know that this government is performing? Well, hello, the United National Congress government, who is now in charge, is performing 150%. Hey, celebration time. Penny, celebration time. Stand up and celebrate, or else sit down, shut up, and learn. Learn how to govern this country. Learn how to bring murder rate down. So in case, just in case, the PNM should rise again in the next 20 years, all they would know what you are supposed to do. All right? But for me, I am happy. People feel safer. When UNC win, everybody win. Put back up the clip, producer. The police, the TTPS record shows the lowest monthly murder toll in 10 years in a decade. And it says safety wins. What more we want? And it's going to get better. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It is going to get better as long as we stand with our government. Those of us who have sense could stand with our government and give the support that is needed. This country is going to come to be one of the best countries in the Caribbean, a country that everybody wants to come to. All right? So, I mean, all is well. So hats off to my Prime Minister and her team. Hats off to you all. Congratulations. You're doing well, and I'm well pleased, and there are many who are pleased. I was in a congregation today, and I'm hearing, people talking. Of course, you have those who are talking about the fact that school is opening and things is not too well, but things was never well for the last 10 years. For the last decade, things have been terrible. So wait a little longer, it's going to get better. All right, we are trying our best to ensure that things are getting better for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm happy to hear that in 10 years we have had the lowest murder toll. Oh my God, that is a refreshment upon the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, it is not going to go all the way at all one time, but it's going to come to us in a great way. So yes, we are doing well. Is my co-host there, or is she not there with me? She's not here? No? All right, she's here. I wanted to give you a little opportunity because I know when that thing starts to stick, if it's not right, it's going to be frustrating. I'm happy
Yes,
to have you on.
it's good to be here. It's giving me a lot of anxiety, I must admit. Um, but I have to say that generally I'm really pleased with the performance of the government, not only in terms of national security issues, but the way that they have been taking on everything head on. I think I mentioned it before. I was really pleased with the general back to school drive that has been happening in all the communities. I feel like they have also lit a fire under the PNM because I saw Penny packing book bags, putting pencils and pens and stuff, getting ready to distribute in her own community. And I really don't want to be dismissive of any work that she has done before, because I really wasn't paying attention to her like that. But I've never seen that happen before in a long time. So I feel like the UNC being in government is having a net positive effect also on PNM, and PNM supporters will also benefit because they say when UNC wins, everybody wins. They would also benefit because of the the way that the UNC and all the MPs and everybody in office is approaching their work. You know, I wanted to shout out the in terms of back to school as well. The education minister spoke about all 276 schools, I believe it is, that were carded for repairs over the summer vacation will be ready for school on Monday. So even if there's outstanding to be done, if he is committing to that, it means that in this last week there's going to be a push to make sure that all students are ready for school on Monday. And I really appreciate that because it has been years upon years where every uh, Monday for the first day of school, there are complaints about schools not being reopened, or if they were reopened, that they were in a terrible and dilapidated condition. So if they can pull that off, I would be very happy and I would be very pleased. I also know that there are a lot of SRP, I think it's 90 of them, SRP officers who are going to be assigned to schools to ensure the student security and to also mitigate fighting in school. So when you talk about a government that is working and that is keeping its ears to the ground in terms of the needs of the people and the things in terms of things that parents and people are concerned about. I'm really happy to see these initiatives coming to fruition. And like I always say, if you want to find things to be negative about, there are always things to about. But if you are looking to see how your vote has counted in this last election, then these are the matters that you need to be paying attention to. Back to you, Esther.
Yes, indeed, definitely. A lot that the Prime Minister spoke about while we were campaigning, you would realize it's coming into fruition. And yes, I want to say hats off to the Minister of Education. I think probably in a decade or more, we are seeing that all schools, majority of the schools are being, they are ready for the reopening on Monday. So, these are the progress that we are looking at and we are thankful for. And it's not as though we have to be 100% thankful for anything. This is what's supposed to happen. This is why we choose a government to govern this country who we think is capable and is going to do what is needed to be done. Not a government who says something and never does it. And now those who were there before and didn't do one damn thing, you're coming now to make a set of, complaints. They're finding everything to talk about in a negative. Everything. But hello, we're not concerned about that anymore, because we're standing with our Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Visasa SC. We are standing with her 200% because we want this country to become one of the country that we are proud of. I'm not going to say to come back where it used to be because we wasn't nowhere. We wasn't nowhere, even under the deceased Dr. Eric Williams. So let's take a break and we're going to be right back.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
and Tobago and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Well, welcome back to my viewers and welcome back to my co-host as well. You know, people of Trinidad and Tobago, let's talk things that we know is happening. For instance, I saw a clip where it is stated that the Port of Spain prison to be permanently closed after 268 years. Inmates to be relocated. Minister of Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, has confirmed that this historic Port of Spain prison will officially be decommissioned. The 268-year-old facility, which had long been condemned, has cost the state millions of dollars over the years due to the breaches of prisoners' rights. Oh my gosh. According to Minister Alexander, the process will be carried out in 4 phases, beginning with the removal of inmates who will be transferred to the maximum security prison. Listen, that is something to be celebrating. 268 years this building has been so dilapidated. And I mean, yes, they are prisoners, but they don't have to be as though they're in some dump, because not even the animals are treated or placed in a facility like these prisoners, human prisoners, are in. So that is another thing to celebrate. I mean, the former government didn't even think about it. If they thought about it, they didn't have the willpower. Here again, our prime minister has caused everyone to win. When UNC win, everybody win. And I want to thank the Minister of Homeland Security and all the others, who has been working to get this happening. Listen, it's only 4 going on 5 months. And look at the things that is taking place, the changes that is taking place, not just for changes purpose, but for every citizen. So long that has been an eyesore in Port of Spain. You know how many times conversations were aired about getting the prison out of Port of Spain? Finally, it is going to happen. How and where? Under a UNC government. And these are the things Penny One Cent should be talking about, instead of finding strippiness to talk about that is not very valid for us as citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. We want that to be removed, that building, and something great and brilliant could be in that location. So, Hadassa, I don't know what you think about it, but for years I have been hearing the conversation, talking about it. That prison needs to go down. And here the first phase is going to start. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's about time, definitely. And I'm really happy and excited for this because I never believed, much like the Labas and the dump in Port of Spain, I never believed that a prison should be in the heart of the city. So in removing it, it would actually increase the security of the city. It will make it safer because we know that the prisoners, their friends will come and throw food and snacks and all kind of things over the wall. There's used drones to smuggle things in. So that would alleviate that problem. Again, it would also create a better environment in terms of the type of reform we want to do in this country, which will be on par with international standards. That prison should have long been decommissioned, and so that we could be treating prisoners, even though they have their rights to movement and freedom taken away, it does not mean that they should be treated like subhumans. So that is also a positive thing. And also that is prime real estate that could be used for, who knows, another university, for housing in the city, that we could have people not having to travel so far to get to work. It is such a positive thing, and I look forward to seeing how the city is going to be improved because of it. It's going to bring more business. It's going to encourage more investment. It is a positive thing. And again, like Esther said, the only reason why the PNM do it is because they did not care. They did not have the political will to do it. And in a lot of ways, I feel as though the PNM has always been champions for crime, right? A lot of things that were obvious that they needed to do in terms of national security, they just did not do it because for some reason it was in their interest to feed this beast of crime because it was benefiting somebody or bodies on their side, and they just did not want to treat with it. We're in a new era. We have a new prime minister who has a very low tolerance for crime, and we are going to see all these positive things taking place that is cause for celebration, is cause for citizens to be happy and hopeful and to look toward the future.
I'm looking at some comments. Richard Noel, you're so right. she she's acting like the mother of Carrie Marcel. I agree with you, Richard Noel. You are correct. And that no, but she actually listened. I don't want to say all those things because I mean we are not here to be nasty towards any human being, okay? But the woman really acting like the mother of Carrie Marcel. She behaving the same way, like something is not right. We're not going to say the rest of it, okay? But yes, that is so true. And indeed, Hadassa, we are reminded again, every time that the UNC is in power, they are so careful as to what they do, and whatever they do, it is for the benefit of the citizens. We're not saying that there is not things that goes on or happen that is, you know, not right in some instance. Nobody is perfect, and no group of people is going to be perfect. We're going to make errors, and sometimes you have to make changes. But when the PNM is in power, they don't care nothing about the citizens of this country except for a handful of them, all right? So I am so glad because for years this has been a topic, and I am happy that finally under a UNC government that the prison on Frederick Street is going to be removed. I am happy for that.
Yes.
I feel
And
pride.
bring
I
life
feel
back
a
to the
sense
city.
of
Yes.
enjoyment. Yes, you know. So it's only, and we're going to see much more things going to be taking place as we go along because the UNC is a government that is here for the people, right? She is here, the leader, our Honorable Prime Minister. She's here to ensure that the people benefit, that the people are comfortable, that they are secured, safety for the people, prosperity for the people. Yes, and I know she cannot do everything in one, but she is doing, and I am grateful, and many of us are happy for what our Prime Minister is doing in this country. And, you know, I saw something on media, social media, and I want to just talk about it. And it says, Laventille teen Brandon D'Souza achieves 8 ones at CSEC examination. Now, I want to congratulate Brandon D'Souza for that great achievement. And I know his mom, and the reason I highlighted it is because of the area that he is from. And you know, sometimes they say nothing good could come out of Laventille. Let me say this, there are good people in Laventille, but more so, if they are surrounded in good environment with good good guidance and good parenting, these young people are going to do well. But for the masses of it, the so-called 1% who allow certain things to go on there, and they encourage the gangs, allegedly they say it, but I believe it as well, the gangs to be activated for their own benefit. The PNM government is one. They don't want the gangs to be done away with, but it is going to be a thing of the past soon because you gang leaders, I am telling you, you all need to repent and you all need to change your ways. And I know some people will testify and say they can't do that. Once you're in the gang, if you come out, you're dead. Well, hear what? Repent, ask God for forgiveness, so when they come and kill you, that will be okay. You know why? You would have killed people. You would have killed people's family. So the Bible says if you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. So if all was living by the gun and killing people, it's obvious they're going to kill you. So come out and repent. Go and testify. Go to a safe place and testify of what is being done. So after they kill you, we could go for them. You understand? But it will be a thing of the past. And I want to congratulate this young man, Brandon, and I want to also congratulate his mom and his family, because I am certain that they would have had some sort of backup, you understand, family support. It couldn't happen just with him and her alone. So, but I want to say congratulations, Mom, Brandon D'Souza, Mom, for a job well done. And Brandon, I want to encourage you to keep it up. Do not be sidetracked. Do not allow others to come and influence you. Keep up that work. Continue reaching for the star. And I know you're going to do well. So I needed to put that on in there because, you know, we talk about the ills, but we want to talk about the good things as well when we see it happening.
Indeed. I mean, against all odds, right? And it is bittersweet because the only reason why this young man has been highlighted, why his achievements are published in the newspaper, is because, like I've said before, the expectation for people in this area is failure, right? So when somebody in those communities do well, it is a shock and it makes the news, which is very, 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 very sad that generally as a society we have so low expectations um, of these people, of these citizens. In my heart, I would love to see these communities turn around, right, where crime is eliminated and that every child has similar circumstances, you know, because for what he has achieved and his mom looks so proud, it means that that woman would have been a praying woman. It means that she would have worked really hard to keep him away from the criminal elements. There's a lot that would have gone into creating the young man that we see before us. It was not just by chance because his environment dictates that his life should go in a different direction, right? So it speaks to her hard work, his family's support. It speaks to his own determination and him wanting something different and something better for himself. So we wish him all the best. But I really wish that we could come to a place in Trinidad and Tobago where this is now going to be the norm, where people succeeding when they come from Silas, Mova, Beetham, Laventille, etc., would not need to make the newspapers in that way. You know, of course, we want to celebrate people's achievements, um, but you know what I mean. And I wish him all the best in his future career and whatever he does. And hope that we would see over the next 5 years such a turnaround in these communities where there will be more and more success stories coming to the fore.
Indeed, and that's the reason why I highlighted it, because, you know, it is not a community where you get these kind of, I mean, you have success story all over. You wouldn't hear they put the success story of Maraval and certain places where, you know, the hierarchies and they are living. But because of this community, all you get is bad news, is, you know, the African people this and the African people the other. They waste their time, they're only in crime. When you see something like this, you feel so elated and happy because it's an African young man and he has done well. So it tells you that others can do the same, but of course, based on the support they have, family support, hardworking parents or mother or aunties and uncles, whatever the case may be, and they have managed to shield him from being involved in criminal activities. And for this, I wanted to share and to congratulate him and his mom and all the others who would have given him the support to be able to have this achievement. So yes, I hope, as like Hadassa said, that we don't always have to do this because it will be a normal thing for citizens in the Laventille area to achieve greatly and well. But for now, because of what comes out of the community, we want to, you know, congratulate him and encourage him, and also to tell to allow others to see that, listen, you can do as well as him and better, right? So again, congratulations to Brandon and his family. Yes, there is something else that I wanted to talk about here, and it's on the media. Government to appoint Dwayne Bravo as ambassador of sports for TNT. Now the truth is, this is my brother. This brother has African blood running through his veins, so I'm happy. But I know for a fact, in some cases, they just come, Johnny come lately, they just get these positions, and then when it's time for election again, they go back to PNM. All right? Because I don't think nobody in this country is not aware that he have been supporting the PNM, but of course he came over and he joined with the UNC. So I say hats off to you, congratulations, but I trust that you will do well, and I trust that you would bring out the African young men and women and teach them and train them and show them the way, all right? Because at the end of the day, you all just come, get through, like the people, the young people that say, wow, he get through, all right? And then you just get through out because you forget what was done under this government. So I am hoping that Mr. Bravo is going to do well, and he's going to do right for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And the sports, you're going to take the young people under your wings and really train them to be successful sportsmen and women, train them to be, fair, train them to have some kind of discipline and to be good citizens in this country. So like I said, congratulations. If that is the case, congratulations. But remember where you get it from, how you reached there, right? You now come, I ain't jealous here. I ain't jealous here. But like others would have said, now come, Johnny now come lately, and look where he is. But he deserves it because of his status. And of course, I think it is something good for our community, the African community, and also for Trinidad and Tobago. So hats off to you, Bravo. Do us well, and don't disappoint us. Stay committed, and let us ensure that the sports you're representing, it do well for our young people here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know if Hadassa have anything else to say on that topic, or we move on to...
Everybody deserves the benefit of the doubt, man. I feel like this last election was very significant, and it wasn't just him alone. It was an exodus of past PNM supporters coming over to the UNC in search of a better future in terms of better leadership and better governance. It was him, there was Iowa George, it was a whole slew of people. I think that he is deserving of the position based on his performance and his career as a cricketer. Let's not forget that the recent magnificent victory of the TKR was under his leadership as captain of the team. And yes, I hope that he will go there and do great things and create opportunities and shine a positive light on Trinidad and Tobago, where sports is concerned. And let's see what he has up his sleeves. And I'm really happy for him, not just because he is of Afro-Trinbagonian descent, but also because it is really time that we start putting people in these positions that deserve to be there and that can actually carry us further in terms of sport. We have seen a history of people being elevated to positions for which they are not aptly qualified, and he is actually aptly qualified. So I wish him all the best, and only time will tell. I think it's only fair to give him a chance to see what he can bring to the table. So all the best to him, Bravo.
I give him great chance. I had nothing negative. I'm just saying I hope he stay committed, because we have gone down that road and then at the end they go right back. I have no problem. I am just being real because I know what I've seen before. Okay, but like I said, I congratulate him and trust that he do well, because under the PNM he wasn't getting those opportunities. He's young, he has a lot of energy, a lot of years before him once he stay right. And I really hope and trust that he's going to do well, especially for the young people of Trinidad and Tobago. Like I said, the sports young men and women, not just the African, but a lot for the African, because the African young people seems to be just falling apart. So yes, I want to advocate that you reach out to those young African boys and girls who are getting themselves involved in gangs and being influenced by the wrong people. Reach out to them and help them because they need help. And our Prime Minister put you in a place where she believes you can make a difference. Under PNM, no such thing was going to happen. So I am thankful that it is done, and I congratulate you again. Stay committed, my brother, and let's take this country, the people, the young people of this country, to another level.
Forward.
All
Indeed.
right. All right, so, you know, I don't know, I think I run out of things to talk about. Let me just encourage the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to be strong, be focused, stay focused. Despite all that is happening, know that there is great things in store, things coming, all the bickering. And let me say this to our ministers, MPs, please keep the peace, keep the love, keep the respect for one another. All of you have a purpose. All of you have a responsibility. You know, there are talks on the ground. I'm not going to echo it here. I'm not going to echo it into the universe over my frequency. No. But I am asking and begging all the MPs, show respect to one another. All the ministers, show respect to one another. That is what our Prime Minister wants. Let there be love and let there be unity. She always would say, put God in front and walk behind. And some of you always say it, but all you don't mean it when you say it, and all you don't act it either, because a lot of stupidness just be taking place. And it used to happen in the PNM. Let us not take example from those people. Let us be our own advocate for the right thing and do the right thing. We cannot say we are government or we are team and bickering and trying to pull along each other. It should never be, because every minister have their job to do, have a responsibility to make sure that his or her ministry is doing what it is designed to do. Okay? So let us continue to have love. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't envy nobody. Now is no time to envy nobody. You know, now it's time to work together to make this country a better place to live. It has started already by the guidance of our Prime Minister, our Honorable Prime Minister. And you know, one of the things, producer and Hadassa, I could say, you never hear our Prime Minister, our Honorable Prime Minister, coming out and talking as such a negative. Like how the former Prime Ministers used to talk down to the citizens, down to the media personnel, how they used to embarrass and want to bully people. You never hear our Honorable Prime Minister coming out and bullying anybody. All she's saying, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, she go cut your throat. She go deal with you because she put you there. The people give you a mandate by voting for you, giving you the vote that was needed. So come on now, don't take people's vote for granted. Treat everybody equally. Treat us with respect. We put you all there to govern and to guide us as well. So let us do that, and let us do it in harmony and love. We just say we're praying to whichever God you all are praying to. Ask God to give all of that spirit of love, care, and understanding. Wisdom to do what has to be done. Throw the stupidness behind our back and let us focus. You don't have to be one another's friend. And like I shared with some people, I said, me and our family are yours, okay? We are comrades, we're working together. Let us do it to the best of our ability for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, you are going to benefit as well. All right, forget the PNM and whatever they have to say, because anything all you do, they're going to talk about it in the negative, because that is what the PNM is, a bunch of negative people. All right, those who are leaders in the PNM, that's what they are. You all forget how Manning used to come on when he doing a press conference, not Manning, Rowley. You know that name suit how he used to behave, producer Rowley. That name suit how he used to behave. And how that man used to talk down to people and the things he used to say. All right? You'll never see our beloved Honorable Prime Minister come in before you and talk in the way that he used to talk. She always have a smile. She's stern, she's firm, she say what she has to say, and I love her. I love her because she means business. When she talk about kill them violently, the opposition had problem and all others who had a problem with what she said. I say kill them violently too. When them bandits come in for you, do they kill you? How softly? Softly do they do that? They do it violently. Thrumming my pain with his finger. They do it violently. So why they are so offended by what she has said? Listen, my Honorable Prime Minister, well done. Hats off to you. And I thank you for doing what has to be done for this country, the citizens of this country. And for those who don't love you and don't understand what's happening, I pray God that their eyes and their ears be open. They will come to the understanding that you don't mean anything more than love and care for the citizens of this country.
They say books open the mind, but technology opens the world. That is why the laptops are so important. And if we had carried through with that program, when in COVID the schools were shut down, the students would have still had the laptops to enable them to continue to learn and educate themselves. One prime minister of our country had said that the future of the nation is in the book bags of the children. Today, the future of the children and the future of the nation is in the laptops that are in the book bags of the children.
So you all hear that? That's the kind of prime minister we have right now leading this country. And with her and God, we know that things is going to change for the better of our citizens. So we want to call it a evening. It was a good episode. I also want to say that tomorrow, Friday, normally we are on a Friday, but tomorrow night I have an engagement, and I don't know if my co-host would be able to carry the show. So I was thinking that we would do a rerun, and you know, you're going to see us on Sunday, God's willing. But I'll discuss it with my co-host, and we would put a message out, all right, to let you know whether it's a rerun or it's going to be a live show. Now, we want to start back the call-in session. I know some persons talk about it. So we want to start on Sunday. We'll have a call-in segment where people can call in and give talk about their concerns or have a comment to share as the case may be, or something happening in your community that you want us to be aware of so we can highlight it here. Yes, we're going to do that. All right, so we want to thank each and every one of you, all our viewers, for viewing, for the comments that you would put. We only ask you that you continue to be respectful, but in your own time and space, be vigilant, be focused, be strong. Know that God, He is in front of us. We are taking lead from Him, and know that all is going to be well eventually. My co-host, I don't know if she wants to say any last few words for this segment.
Definitely. I think Kamala Persad-Bissessar definitely is a prime minister for here and now. She definitely is somebody who is forward thinking and thinking about where a country needs to be in the future, and in terms of the assets that are available to us in terms of AI and technology and things like that. So she has aptly updated the words of Eric Williams to reflect where we are today. I think that people are understanding that she means business. I mean, even even past COP Gary Griffith is jumping up and volunteering his services and saying that he would like to work with the government again in the fight against crime, because he recognized things are moving. And I don't know if he's feeling left out or whatnot, which I had a little chuckle about that after his behavior before the last general elections. But this is what it does. It makes people want to get involved. It makes people want to be a part of it and things like that. And I feel like it's just an indication up there's going to be more and better things to come. So that's it for me.
Well, definitely, Hadassa, indeed. And I welcome Gary Griffith to the party in the government to to do.
I don't think
mean,
so. Nope.
no, I welcome him.
Nope.
If we could welcome other people who say all kind of thing about my prime minister before, and we welcome them to be a minister, why we can't welcome Gary Griffith? Ain't no different.
Be specific. What type of minister?
I ain't calling because listen, if I call a minister name, I am not putting that name in my mouth because anytime that minister have anything to say about me, I will say what I have to say. I've never said anything, and that's why I'm not calling the name. But I welcome Gary Griffith. I welcome anybody who wants to come and work and do diligently for the people. Not for yourself, not with your own agenda, but for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And I know my Prime Minister, she does always welcome people with open arms. She always, give out an olive branch for you to catch and come. So hello, if Gary Griffith is offering his service in the right way, with the right agenda, welcome Gary Griffith. If not, well, stay where you are. There are others who are here with us and who said the worst, and I don't care. All right, so let him come on board if he has the right mindset and the right agenda. Don't come here with no foolishness because we're not entertaining that. All right, others have said, and right now they stick up in the UNC. So I don't care. It's an open party. It's the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody is welcome and nobody is better than none because all of them say all kind of things about this wonderful, honorable Prime Minister right now, and she welcomes all of them with open arms. So listen, if Gary come in with the right intention, Gary Griffith, welcome. All right, so people, Trinidad and Tobago, across the globe, all of you, love you very much. Have a good night. And like I said, tomorrow, God's willing, most likely there's going to be a rerun. If my co-host decides she's going to come on by herself, so be it. If not, she wants to give you a half an hour, it's up to her. She is welcome to do that. We'll have that discussion. Or else, I am going to an event. I can't be here all the time. Oh, I love you people. I love you very much. Have a blessed one. Be safe. Bye.